Hey everybody, it's Lisa from Elisa's Art Room. I just wanted to show you how I have been doing this tea dyeing. So you just brew yourself some tea. Sorry about my label, it says tea or coffee, not for drinking. And I always add just a little tiny bit of baking soda to kind of tone down the acid. And you just brush it on. I think I've got some grains in here, but they'll fall off once it dries. So you just brush it on with a little chip brush. And the thing I'm doing different that I've been doing is I'm not using parchment paper for this batch. I've been using parchment paper, and the problem is parchment paper tends to wrinkle. And I was getting a whole bunch of just wrinkly looking paper, which was very grungy, which is fine for certain things. But for what I'm looking for right now, I wanted something smoother. And so for this, I am using fabric. So this is just an old sheet, and I use these pieces of fabric when I'm making my homemade paper. And basically what happens is the paper dries and you just peel it off. It's actually very fun to peel off. But so you just brush it on, let it dry, and do both sides. I've already done the other side. But it's very easy, and it gives you a little smoother application for those times when you're just wanting a very subtle tea-dyed paper that isn't got a lot of, sorry, I know I'm off camera, that doesn't have a lot of texture to it. So I was just jumping on just for a second, and I will show you what it looks like when it's done, okay? I am now back, and the papers have dried. So we're going to peel them off. It seems like most of them have kind of peeled off on their own, but they're still a little attached. So just peel them off and get a nice sheet of paper that is not too messed up. You also get the bonus of some coffee dyed fabric that you can use. I just reuse these, but if I wanted to, I could take one and use it for a craft. And this is what I mean by it's very satisfying to peel them off. These pieces of fabric are technically called couching sheets. It is for paper making, but they are just a torn up sheet. You can use wool and other things, and they even sell couching sheets. It's spelt like couch, like C-O-U-C-H, but it's pronounced couching. So you can find those on Amazon, but you don't need them. Just a sheet works fine. This one's already off. Let's see. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to show you the difference between using the couching sheets and using parchment paper. So here is my couching sheets. You see how nice and even it is. You know, it's not got a lot of puddles per se, but it looks pretty clean and simple. And a lot of times when I'm printing something, I don't want a huge, busy background on it. And these tend to flatten out even easier because they are kind of attached to the fabric as they're drying, whereas the parchment tends to wrinkle a little bit more. These have all been flattened, but these were very, very wrinkly when I started. But you can see the difference I was getting with this parchment paper. You see all that? The lines and the wrinkles. Now, when I'm doing something that I want that effect, it's fine. But, sometimes I don't want that effect. So, and sometimes they're worse than others, but like this one was really, really grungy looking. Anyway, that is the live. I just wanted to kind of show you the difference. So if you're having an issue with your coffee dyeing paper or tea dyeing, this was in fact tea, try different surfaces to dry it on and see what you like the best. Now, I just let these air dry. I don't do anything to speed it up. I just spread it out on a table. And then I have like a drying rack that I made out of a crib turned sideways. It was an old crib, and I just threw slats of wood between, and I use that for a drying rack. So, lots of things you can do. That is today's lesson. I hope you guys liked it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.